Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the final game of All-Stars 2017. The LMS coming out huge in the last game. They're able to pick themselves up a Game 5 chance, and they are picking blue side to start off.
I mean, what way to end All-Stars, but also this is the last competitive game of 2017. And also, you got to look at it, somebody in particular on the LMS side, BB. This is his last game before he retires, bringing it to Game 5. Wants to be an all-star of the all-stars.
I mean, he's one of the people carrying LMS into this Game 5 here. Great last game from him and great turnaround after stealing the Baron from Kasa's side, and then they win a few team fights, and bam, suddenly Game 5.
We aren't ready for this.
We're not.
I feel
what
like
do we do?
5 hours.
How do we get ready?
I'm not quite sure. Champion Select will happen first. Usually you guys have been pretty good about that, but as we have seen, the game can deliver absolutely anything. A one-sided game for both 1 and 2 for the sides respectively. A very even Game 3. And it's what looked like LPL should have went home with last game's victory. Yeah. But it's coming down to very small plays. Nothing like the first 3 games that happened to this series.
And you can see as the LPL return to the stage, the crowd cheering for them, saying, you know, they got this. And last game, it looked like they had it. The Baron should have been theirs. I know, officially, we were talking about it a whole bunch. Like, whose fault is it that somebody made it into the pit, right? And it just looked like a call that everybody was saying, all right, you know, the wall will keep him out.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that. Sameko was not in position to flay Kasa away, but at this point also as a player, man, you are so exhausted. Like the 80-minute game, that's one that hurts everyone basically. And then you have this game now as the LPL team where you're winning, and then you lose the whole thing in a matter of 5 minutes. And now you got to get back for Game 5 all of a sudden. It's obviously very difficult as a player to then stay fully focused. Also, in a series like this one.
You're just about 3 minutes off of 5 hours for these guys being on that stage, ready to play, continuously trying to come up with new things. And the hardest part is when those new things for you don't work, if anybody gets quiet, everything just starts to fall apart. So they're continuously communicating. They're continuously keeping each other on point. And there's a lot of work being done by those players on stage.
It would actually be insane if Uzi can't even win this international tournament. That he gets so close every single time and then he just gets denied.
I mean, I guess it would be the only thing is the 1v1 tournament ×2.
Yeah. That one counts.
That's
sure. 5v5 then. He's unable to do it, but
it's eluded.
Again, he can still win Game 5. He can do it here at All-Stars. They've actually showed pretty good early games now from the LPL side. I like the Varus pick a lot for him. You know, win the bottom side, play around it as well. You don't have to go to other lanes, just play around bot lane.
Yeah, they had it down, and then all of a sudden, the Baron and Karsa swooped in like he's been doing all series long in terms of just being able to turn the tides. He has been the difference maker. Regardless of what the score line really shows, he has pulled the LMS out of situations that they should have no business being able to turn around.
Oh, right, LPL keeping that away from Fofo as they continuously have to lose ban to that. Zoe, Malzahar, and MF on the other side to start things off as usual.
Orange should probably also come in here, so they're kind of forced to take away both Zoe and Orange just based on the strength of the champions at the moment. Unless they want to do something crazy for Game 5, like that.
Leaving Orange up.
Hey, it's not unheard of. We have seen teams try something crazy, at least for the last game.
Although
this one is a safe one.
I think if you're going to try something crazy, you try it early so you can adjust. But here in Game 5, I think you're
all-star, baby, man. You gotta try.
You're not wrong. It is all-stars.
Where's my Heimerdinger?
I mean, I know you've been all over that.
I mean, that cannon was a letdown until the last 5 minutes of the game. Then it was pretty insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the point, right?
I guess.
Trying to run and die. Oh, these are the few good ults you needed.
Could have been some other picks as well, but
nothing all game, and then you win that one team fight. It's like, I did it.
So, do you first pick Azir here? Ooh. Seeing as you banned LeBlanc again, and you already banned MF, which is the other first pick choice?
Yeah, there's also Ezreal. So it's like Ezreal, Jarvan, and then you also have the Azir. Azir first, most likely, and then that gives over Ezreal, Jarvan.
I mean, I feel like, again, when you ban the LeBlanc, you kind of want to grab the Azir.
Yeah, and we just saw Fofo. I believe it was a deathless game for him at the end there, where he had a scoreline that even when they were down, he was still doing quite well for himself.
So Ezreal should come in here. BB, of course, played well with the Ezreal earlier. Uzi, famous Ezreal player himself, should grab it. And I still think Jarvan also should come in with it, but I can understand if you don't take it just because you have Ezreal and you feel like you can can survive against Jarvan specifically, if there's something else you really want to take right now.
Very understanding of you, Dad Fish, yeah.
Hey, it's late. I understand every decision they make.
The curfew, though. 30-minute curfew. No, I'm just kidding. MLXG now. What would that lock-in be? It is going to be that Jarvan. 7 seconds left, and they don't even use the clock.
Ooh.
Instant context, instant Jin, who
right.
did find himself on the ban list, but not for the past few games, and also no play just yet in this series until now.
Yeah. The fact that the Jin went kind of unpicked throughout this, has been banned once by, I believe, the LMS to make sure that it didn't happen. Yeah, it was actually the LPL in Game 2 who banned it on blue side. The LMS are going to pick this one up and, once again, long range for themselves, help engage. But Karsa, I want to see this.
I think the Shen is very smart. Was such a power pick in the first game and then been banned away in the second phase and most of the other ones. But grabbing it here means you can still ban away top lane picks if you're afraid of specific matchups. The LMS All-Star team might try and just ban away mid laners, seeing as they have shown the Azir already.
Yeah, and this is the first time the LPL will have the Shen on their side. They've been banning it ever since the first game where the LMS had it. And now you can play towards bottom side once again. And now they're throwing bans towards that mid lane, making sure the Kassadin doesn't come in.
I mean, they can also still play the Talia if they want, just like the last game. It was actually okay when it came to setting up more plays on bottom side, and especially with Shen, and suddenly it's a 5-man party in the bottom lane.
Taking their time. You see Stake chatting with the team there on your screen. 15 seconds left for this final Phase 2 ban. It is going to be that Talia.
All right,
creating
Aurelion
a lot of
Soul
problems.
Time.
Ooh.
I mean, if you go back to like Vel'Koz or Xerath, maybe, but I feel like you want something a little bit more engaged-like.
I mean, there's
like
still the
Syndra.
Rise.
Syndra, Rise, yeah.
Like Rise.
Rise probably for semi-global pressure, plus the Shen. And it's a low mobility 80 carry, so yeah, being able to lock them down. The Syndra was the other one that threw out there, but yeah, looks like they're going to try to dominate the mid lane.
A lot of power and the ability to lock somebody out.
Yeah.
Tom gets through. He has been warming the bench the past few games, and that's one of the perfect things to stop Syndra from unleashing her power on any of your teammates, denying that kill. We'll see if it happens here. They are using the time now just to lock in that time content so they have time to talk.
The Tahm Kench was actually banned in all 4 of the previous games by the LMS in the second phase, preventing it from supporting Uzi, so they take it here for themselves for BB, and that's just kind of one of those loops that you're getting thrown for here in this best of 5.
Mako, give me the Trundle support. You take away the stats from the Maokai, it's amazing even against the Jhin, free lane against the Tahm Kench. And there's so much value on Trundle here on the LPL side, but if he wants to play a bigger playmaker, that is fair enough. It is game 5, and Mako is one of the main engaged tools they have on the LPL team.
Looked like he was going between Leona and then the Alistar, which is Comfort. Helps him dive.
He wants to be the playmaker. No one wants to play the Trundle support, even when it actually fits in really well.
The Trundle support, you don't get the good part of the Trundle where you get to split push and ignore.
Oh no, he's insanely boring to play as support. Like you barely do anything other than pillar and click ult on a
You
guy.
max pillar. It's like
It is insanely boring to
Bite
play.
him in the booty.
But deals no damage.
Right when they run away. That's how you take the damage.
But you want to be top lane to do that, so it really hurts.
but
You want to leave a mark.
That's true.
now LMS have actually a decent tank line with the Maokai. They have the Tahm Kench for protection. The engage would be, once again, up to Ziv. And then they have these guys in the backline who are just going to be looking for hotshot damage. And Karsa's kind of the outlier here for me.
I mean, that's true, but on the other side, I like the fact there's some AoE tools against Tahm Kench, because again, if you're pure single target, he just denies all of that. In fact, you have, Alistar can come in with his Q knock up. There's a Jarvan ulti as well. There are ways to try and hit both Tahm Kench and the guy next to him. So if you can't kill the carry, you end up just killing the Tahm Kench on the way out, which is something at least.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just 5 hours ago, we started the Dream Team Finals, and now we are into Game 5. These players pushed to the max, mechanically and strategically. The crowd is ready, and we will see who is the victor here in Game 5. Just about to hit the fountain, both teams going a little stronger last game. Let's see if it happens
100%
this
胜
game.
率，真的吗？因为没用过。
Quick insight into what they were thinking.
I agree with everything they said.
I'm on board. I hope they do it.
As long as it involved a lot of fighting.
With the fans behind them, players now take to the rift. They've been seeing the signs, hearing the cheers as they come back out onto stage, get a little reinvigorated here as they one last go.
And it's kind of funny how in this game, with the Shen top, you normally want to go bot lane all the time. But then there's Tam Kench who wants to try to deny that from happening, or at least make it a lot harder. Because Maokai versus Shen, like, teams used to like picking Shen against tanks, because the tanks couldn't really do anything in Shen early game, and you would just play to the other side of the map. You would trade TPs, then you would use ult, and this tank couldn't follow. He can't really take the tower top lane either. And you just get in a big advantage with your AD carry. In this game, because of Tam Kench, it gets pretty difficult to do.
Yeah, you end up making a play towards the bottom side, gets disengaged. And 957 looks like that Shen does have the grasp. It'll give him some extra damage and HP later on. So he's definitely looking to trade in the lane. So we have the pause come out here. And boys,
BB is fixing the issue himself.
Yes. Self-sufficient fix. You see we have QC coming out on stage.
Classic issue if it's the mouse problem where the wire is not long enough. And therefore you can't move your mouse properly.
Water spill? No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
another one.
It's that first time Jin. He's trying to feel it back out. Also coming in with the comment and boots 4 pots to say, hey, Klepto, Ezreal, you're going to get a lot of potions in lane. I'm going to also try to heal out and dodge a bunch of this too. But keeping it safe. Easy start for Jin.
All right, let's see if we can fix the issue right there with the mouse. And then we should get back into the game as fast as possible. But once again, we talked about the top lane matchup. Jungle-wise, Kha'Zix going back to the Kha'Zix himself. If you want to carry a game, I mean, that's the kind of jungler you can do it on. But obviously, in terms of your pure, early ganking impact, it's not the greatest.
I mean, everybody's kind of cared about this game so much between these two teams. And when everything's on the line, Karsa's like, he's been fearless the whole time. It's time to go back to that Kha'Zix that he solo killed Faker multiple times on. Was wrecking the game. That was such a sick game from Karsa. And when the cards are just thrown out on the table, this is what he's picking.
It's actually what I've been waiting for as well. He seems so confident on it. This is kind of what we've been requesting from the players throughout this best of 5. And kind of a big ask, is that's the one where players are always kind of holding back a little bit. Like we say, don't want to be the one to lose the game, especially when you're LMS. You've traveled so far, they've done so well, and winning this would mean so much.
Yeah, and again, you're sitting in game 5 at this moment here. It's kind of crazy for the players, because also it's about like showcasing your skill, have a bit of fun, but also about winning at the same time. And now in this game 5, it's just going to be like so serious, where no one wants to be the one messing it up. And
yeah, I feel like when the person that I've talked about multiple times now, Karsa's the one who I feel like he doesn't feel that fear. He was just jumping in his Lee Sin, like trying to look for Zhonya's, trying to look for Guardian Angels, kickbacks, whatever he's trying to do, he did it almost every time.
He said that.
And even if it cost his team the game, right? It's like, all right, well, I did my job. So he's kind of the one that I've seen like not have that kind of hesitation. But overall, you're exactly on point, right? Everybody's been a little bit paralyzed. You don't want to be the guy. You want to be the one. Actually, in game 5 too, I want to know if these are the players that freeze up and don't want to take it, or if they're the ones who, it's been 5 hours. I'm just gonna go.
Give me level 1 fighting again.
I don't know. It kind of spoils the rest of the game for me.
I don't know. That game actually ended up still being fairly long. We were like, we're not 100% sure they're going to win, despite being like 20k gold ahead.
Always a question. Always a question in a league.
Should be, but in
I know. It's like, play perfectly, please. What?
From our point of view, it shouldn't be.
Yeah. But they can see where Karsa started on the top side of the map. 957 invading to make sure. And what's that? Actually, MLXG, where's he going? Blue to red?
Yeah, they leashed the blue for him, so he's rushing into the enemy jungle at the moment. If we just pan the camera down to that red buff.
Ooh.
What a job, because Karsa's going.
Karsa's going.
That's where the action's going to be.
Little low, smite on both sides, so they're going to be able to get the HP back if they do go for the fight. He sees it's there because of the mark still being on his hand. That has not disappeared. He's going to be able to take that one out, and exactly feels pretty bad because he's not even going to get the flag and drag on Fofo from Karsa's call.
And I like the play here from Karsa just saying there is a chance he's just straight invading my red buff because we leashed for him. It's a good communication from the bot lane as well. And then doesn't like do a camp on the way or anything, no, just rush straight to stop it.
Yeah.
He managed to actually pull the red buff to his face.
It looked like he was going to start the Wolves there, just turns W's to heal himself. And it was like, that's just such great instincts, like you said. What's the worst that can happen? Worst is he gets it taken. If he does this route, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, he sees him there. And I like that.
Level 3 double buff gets the Rift Scuttle as well, while MLXG is just getting to level 3 at the current camp. So Karsa is already on the map.
CA playing the top side, knowing that's where his jungler is. That kind of gives a little information to Fofo, but they're already pretty privy of where the junglers are at this point with the hovering of Karsa on the bottom side. MLXG, however, so he's going to take advantage of that. Ward placed nicely by Karsa to let him know a little early info on when he needs to leave.
Yeah, he boarded, sees it, and look at that. Like you were saying, Deficio, Ziv kind of taking a beating in this top lane from 957 Shen.
Oh, love me some Shen in lane. So strong at the moment.
Look at the CS.
There's a big wave coming for Ziv. He needs to, of course, be able to last at most of them. And bot lane.
Just warded and just on the edge of the flag and drag. Knockup after knockup. The gray health comes through. Karsa goes incredibly low as they get out with the Devourer. And it is a party in the bot lane. 4 for the LPL, 4 for the LMS, and they are going to start falling. That is Ziv down first.
Yeah, Ziv ended up TPing in behind the LPL team after his own bot lane already tried to run away. So suddenly he found himself overextended.
Sitting there like, why did he complete that teleport?
Why did I show up behind them? We're not actually winning this fight. We're kind of losing it. And that entire wave up top lane, he just lost the entire wave.
It's piling up to
oh my god.
957.
Oh. He had to cancel that one. That was like the worst
see her again.
thing ever as a top laner. So this play, we talked about them trying to go for the bottom lane, get Uzi fed. They've already lost the fight. Cancel TP, Ziv. Cancel.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
And then he goes in, he's trying to get a kill here onto Mako, but nope, ends up blowing his flash hit.
Yeah, he flashed, he TP'd, he lost a giant minion wave.
And now it's slow pushing back towards 957.
It's like the worst start
This
for
actually
top
is.
laner.
This probably is the worst start that you could have without like getting like ganked in lane and blowing your TP and then getting ganked again.
And even his lane opponent got the kill. So this Shen is going to get level 6 fairly soon. And then the LPL can try and make another play bot lane. You can just go for Tahm Kench.
A few more licks. It's like Mako should be able to... Ooh,
He really won.
Flourish. They don't know CA is coming around the... Oh, Sword Art commits. He may be unhappy with that here as Uzi comes around the side. Do they get out in time, though? Scout of the week onto BB. These fights are taking early game. Interesting, to say the least.
I love the fact they're fighting. That makes this super interesting already. We got now 3 kills at 5 minutes.
Always positive. I love it.
Hey, there you go. Game 5. We got to enjoy what we're seeing.
Exactly. I love that it's the fact that it's a level 5 Syndra just running towards the side where Mako is. Mako, it was just baiting him in the whole time. Got a really good cue to delay when Sword Art would actually be able to eat him.
Oh, our friend Ziv just went back to
Oh,
base.
no way. Dodges Karsa out. They saw him in a ward.
Big
Karsa
fight.
go down. Draw between the mid and the jungle, and now it's Fofo.
Oh, he hit 6!
Will they be able to get it? MLXG back in. Flag
Wait, why
drag
did he flash?
isn't there. Not paying attention to the cooldowns, but knowing you just went in. They wanted it. They're hungry.
Everyone just wants to fight all the time. 957 is going to hit level 6 very soon. We could then see another big play. Mako is around mid already. Sorta is actually behind Mako at the moment.
Uh-oh. Awkward?
Leg him.
A lot of movement this game, and I think it's throwing everybody a little off from where they actually need to be because the vision's not really being placed before all this happens. And if it is, we even saw Karsa walk through a ward there to make that happen.
Who needs vision? If you're fighting all the time, you can see the champions right in front of you.
You are the vision.
There you go.
Here, we'll see this one again.
Yeah, MLXG goes in onto Fofo, and then he just starts walking out. And Karsa says, all right, I'm okay with this. Just saw MLXG hit level 4, so he's just going to walk through, go
hello,
after
Ward.
GA. That was so fast.
Like the bait as well from GA. Miss your abilities, take a lot of unnecessary damage, and then turn it around when your jungler is there. Sadly for MLXG, cooldown's a little bit too long. He didn't realize by the time he flashed over. He's like, oh, wait.
Just getting inside their head.
Why did I do this?
Yeah, there was actually another level to that play, too, because GA hit level 6 in the middle of that, turns and ulties Karsa after leveling it up, and then Fofo, off of the kill, barely hits level 6, and then levels up and walls MLXG away. So they both hit it right then.
Meanwhile, Uzi is sitting on 71 CS to 43 in the
Yeah.
bottom lane, because Beaker was also chasing for that kill as well earlier, and that cost him a bit. Top lane, 957, level 6, winning on farm as well. So both side lanes are doing just fine for the LPL team. Can they make a play, though, with the Shen ulti?
Is there now. A little pushed up by Ziv. He has to know that the Fog of War just out of that Twisted Advance range if they do get anything bot side. They push in. Looks like they're going to get some wards down right now. And aggression in just about every lane. Not so much top, but Ziv is, or 957 rather, is winning.
And right now it looks like LMS are looking to control the mid lane. Now that Karsa has the level 6 and the cloak. Yeah, it's just control wards. He's going to try to jump in on the flashless mid laner, Syndra here. And just control this side of the map.
But you gotta remember that Shen ulti. Jump in, especially on the turret. He's gonna show up. He's gonna turn it around. Meanwhile, bot lane, that Tahm Kench can't really play too aggressive, but can just save BB in case anything happens. So right now, as we mentioned much earlier in the game, it can be a little bit hard to make that, you know, bot lane play happen when there's a Tahm Kench, and it does slow down the early game a bit.
I almost feel like whatever play does happen, if it includes the top laners, both of their flashes and teleports came back up. So I feel like they just instinctually use it. Oh, I got mine too. I have to be there for my team. Could be a really good play for the LPL if they try to go fast, pull Civ back out of lane.
Yeah, but right now, 957 looks like MLXG sneaking into the bush up top. Looking for something on the Maokai? Or maybe he's suspecting there's a gank coming and he'll counter.
Get that minion. Now we can move up.
He wants his Grump.
There's one taunt, flag and drag, very nicely done, not stacking the CC. Nature's Grasp not going to do too much as the final touches come down inside the Cataclysm. 957 with another kill in the game.
We've seen a lot of Jarvans go Cinderhulk. Not this one. MLXG going for the Warrior, has the challenging smite as well. This is get those kills, start snowballing your lanes.
They're all ready to skirmish. MLXG has been around, even tried to start on red buff, was pushed off, and then still found a way back to lane to start affecting those as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I like this from MLXG as well, because if you opt into Cinderhulk and you have Tracker's Knife, you can almost never duel this Kha'Zix. This allows you to keep up in pressure with the Kha'Zix and turn ganks and also have enough damage to burst. And if you 1v1 in the jungle, you'd probably win because the challenging smite itself. So,
Or kills.
exactly. That's it. More kills to Fischio.
Right there. Karsa was on his own Grump. Wasn't able to assist. Couldn't actually have done anything even if he was there. The Maokai would just been bursting down. Around mid lane, GA looking for a stun here onto Fofo, but not landing it. And meanwhile, Uzi's just free farming bot lane because it's a Tahm Kench lane. You can't really punish him.
Nice and easy. Even Mako gets to walk out of lane and then come back, placing the wards. Uzi's like, sure, I can stay at distance. Take a little Deadly Flourish damage, but he got a little too safe feeling there as Mako returned to lane as well.
So we've been seeing a lot of Iceborne Gauntlet today for Ezreal, mostly to counter things like lethality, but it looks like Trinity Force here for Uzi. What he'd be going for, but he has like a longsword. Got a little bit of every piece of Trinity Force.
Or I think it was you who always told me, he's like, you're going to go back for a buy. Don't just get the mana one. Get health, get something else. But no, he's doing what he has to, keeping himself charged up, stacking the tier, and using that mana right now. We're going to see what the pros want as they make their way through these games. 4-2 as Ocean gets picked up for the LPL.
Even better, man.
Staying a bit.
Yeah, so good for them in this early game. They get the best early Drake they can. They're winning around the jungle matchup. They're winning in the bot lane as well with the Ezreal, who's just going to power farm and get so much extra gold with his runes. It's kind of scary at the moment.
Oh,
Everyone's
that was
gonna fight.
blind!
LPL not in a good spot here. Stand United does come down. MLXG safe, but he doesn't get Shen in the ultimate, and they are going to be taken down too. MLXG goes down and Karsa in the trade. Fofo trying to run into this. Mana's low for both mid laners as they just go tit for tat, waiting for Mako to get in range.
And
oh, this will Voyage! Will he be able to get the licks down? Good. Pulverize there for Mako to get to safety. His sword art cannot lock it down.
Yes, he's just there to help, wasn't delivering anybody alongside. But that was actually super good from MLXG for the knockup. That was just style points there because Karsa was invisible.
I like how he just wanted to force that so bad.
Yeah.
He just went for him like, I need a fight here. I got Shen ulti.
Where was
We're
this
doing
game
something.
2? Where was this game 3?
They needed, well, before 20 minutes, they did this. After 20 minutes, we got to judge them. Let's see. MLXG wants to fight here. Sadly for him, the Shen is not really in a position to join.
Oh my word.
That was just
Flashy.
so well played.
Not super effective, but very flashy.
Yeah, but the Maokai interrupt there prevents the Shen from coming through, and it definitely helps Fofo live afterwards.
He's right in front of me. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, I mean,
Just to be sure.
it's all stars.
Got an old and cute guy.
It's all stars. If you're looking for that sick team play, boom.
We got it there. MLXG top lane again. Last time this worked really well. Just destroyed Ziv, who's had a rough game so far in the Maokai.
Ooh, he learned though.
Oh,
Placed
there's a
one
ward in
more
there.
forward ward, and you let that wave push in. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Look at that electrocute damage as well as passive from Jarvan. MLXG a little bit in there.
Yeah, something that's actually making Jarvan pretty damn powerful is his W counts towards electrocute charges. But hold on, speaking of powerful, Karsa, stealth, coming out.
Oh, there we go.
Woo, less than 100 HP. Oh! Gives the taunt in time. Carson's able to finish the kill. Looks like he's going to waltz out of this one. Clear path from Ziv and Fofo.
Love the sneaky plays here. Kaza just hiding in the jungle, knowing, okay, there's a high chance MLXG's going to walk back in here. So much burst damage.
It's pretty scary when you're playing against the Kha'Zix. He's the new Evelyn. He can be anywhere, and then you have to always watch your screen. I know like people love to look at lanes when they're just jungling and walking around, but instantly on top of you, and you have to react. And MLXG was on top of it. It's just so much damage.
And he's so squishy with his build as well, because he's obviously going for a lot of DPS on this Jarvan here. Kaza gets the red buff as well on the way out.
So they're going to have that 9-5-7 to be right on his back as they fly into these fights. And he's already had the 2-0-1 lane, so hopefully he can be a little bit tankier than MLXG would obviously be coming into these fights. Fofo picks up blue buff as they transition that one over. It looks like CA is going to get himself a back here. Get some items and just head back to lane with vision, really.
And he's
make sure they keep it safe.
And he's been doing well for himself with the Morellonomicon, the 3 kills, and the mid lane focus that's coming through. Keeping even with Fofo here. And Fofo has been having a fantastic series even when behind.
Great tournament.
We're even looking at like the rise, right? From the 80-minute game. Still very relevant at all stages of it. And like you said, a great tournament.
Yeah, I would definitely say Kaza and Fofo's been the 2 best performing members overall from the LMS team here. And obviously for Fofo, played at Rift Rivals, got to show himself a little bit, and now he had All-Star to the international audience. And it's important to leave a great first impression, or second impression in this case, because of Rift Rivals.
Yeah, a lot of Western audiences really just take a look at the Rift Rivals overseas. They're watching the NAEU one. You know, everybody saw that one.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. I don't remember what happened.
Erase the brain. Reset. But yeah, I totally get you on that. But like we've been saying, Fofo, he's been a standout performer. And I feel like after All-Stars, a lot of people are going to be looking at him. Definitely made some new fans.
Slow going after the first few fights here. Looks like they do want to get something activated. 9-5-7, not afraid to do a little back and forth with Ziv on the top side. But luckily for Ziv, it's the first time really MLXG has not been here. They know that's on the bottom, and they're setting up for a little bit of vision on the dragon.
Yeah, every time MLXG moves down to the bottom lane, it's either to get Drake or to try and make sure Uzi gets a bit of damage on the bottom lane tower, and they just kind of slowly grind it down. Kaza actually went Hexdrinker as his first item after Warriors here. And there's a lot of physical damage still he needs to deal with on the side of LPL. Let's see what happens here.
Ooh, CA gets pushed back immediately. And MLXG isn't in range the whole time. Tries to go for the Fofo kill. Gets the Cataclysm. There's the Stand United. That's going to be Karsa going down as well.
And MLXG just needed the shield right there from the Shen. They knew 957 couldn't join, but there was enough to make sure MLXG could secure 2 kills.
Yep, Ziv and once again throwing out the ultimate to interrupt the Stand United. But like you said, that's all he needed. The Warrior coming through for enough damage to duel the Kha'Zix. And MLXG with the more aggressive build having to pay off this time.
Exactly. He's going to be so fed in this game now. 2 kills, 4 assists. Going to even get down a mid lane tower, at least get it very low. I see the player. Shen ulti is ready, so it could be used already on GA, but I don't think he's ready for it. He's going to get called around now, and then GA is basically dead.
It actually ends up being better being used on MLXG because they may have been able to blow him up immediately. But right there, oh, So well played. Damn. That's so close.
Also gotta love the triumph feel coming in after the first kill.
Yeah.
A bit more ready for the next one.
Got a feel for Ziv. He tries to get to 957 as fast as possible, but the shield is the shield. Once you get that off, you're good to go. If you're staying, it just means the fight won't be there with you. So
Yeah.
he still helps MLXG.
Yeah, it looked like Xie tried to ulti at the end. All the balls kind of converged, but they didn't actually go off. So he didn't even get that ultimate off, and it's back up now.
It's like fire, fire, press, press, press.
Yeah.
Just have to try as hard as possible.
Now we're 18 minutes into the game and we have 2 items on Uzi already. Again, he's getting so much gold in this bot lane. 200 CS almost at this point. Bot lane tower's taking damage. We're even gonna see a lane swap now from the LMS. They're gonna try and kill 957.
I mean, he's been such a nuisance.
4v1. He is a big boy right now.
Is it enough?
Spirit's Refuge keeping him alive for the time being. There's a 4-shot from BB and the cleanup from Karsa as they do a little janitorial duty on the top lane. Mid should go down, turret or not. They're going to go quickly onto Bofo. Oh, he lives without the commitment of one last auto attack.
And right now, the LMS are not pushing the top lane tower, so Uzi's getting first turret blood in the bot lane, and we also have the mid lane tower being extremely low from the LPL side.
That's solo for Uzi too, so he's going to be nice and rich to head back with. Getting a few more potions to stay in lane as he pressures off Ziv and the team starts to rotate to Uzi.
Yeah, they used the teleport from Ziv there, so 957 will have a window of double global advantage in the future here, where the LPL can just keep making plays like they've been doing for this whole game.
Be back to top side.
Oh, even defended.
957 says we're not losing this yet. We can actually get top pushed up to the turret. You have Uzi on the bot side. Mid will be pushing in on what is a low turret now. And top side is going to be spread thin for the LMS here. They have to choose correctly which door is the right door.
And they're leaving Jhin in the top lane, BB. And it seems like the lane assignments so far a little bit awkward here, where we're going to have Uzi try and show up maybe towards the mid lane, and they're still looking for 957 in this top turret.
Uzi should just go back to base, you know, spend his gold and then get back out on the map and actually do something. Because right now he's just been kind of running around the bottom side of the river. He's not actually applying any pressure just yet. Midland tower is also open for him if he can take that one down. But when you have this fed of an 80 carry already, you need to just constantly use him aggressively. And he ended up spending a lot of time killing the Rift Scuttler. Now he recalls, so it slows down the tempo quite a bit for his team. He's got small things, obviously, but yeah, it's something that can sometimes cost you a little bit in the end.
I mean, he had Trinity Force and Muramana, and then he spent 1,800 gold just now. He is really far ahead. He's 2,000 gold up over BB.
Yeah, he's earned 9,000 gold at 20 minutes, and he's only sitting on 2 assists. Not like 5 kills or anything, just 2 assists.
Yeah, Alistar does not actually have that much gold, so.
Oh, that's good for him.
Uzi gets himself to safety. MLXG just on the wing. They say we can continue to fight this. You're stuck in here with me, but that doesn't mean Fofo can get himself out alive. It's still up to MLXG and LPL.
Oh, should be the mid lane tower as well. There was even a potential ulti from 957 for another shield, but Uzi played it safe and just flashed out instantly to stay alive. But that's now second turret going down. Up in the top lane, Cinder dealing some damage to that one.
Yeah, Xie just getting some auto attacks off on it, and now they're controlling all the map, the mid, the top, and the bottom side. You can even see 957 is just pushing Ziv out.
But now we're getting nervous, because Baron is alive. Great early game. They've done a lot of things correct. They've picked up 2 Ocean Drakes now from even more sustain. Now it's all about the Baron.
More Ocean Drakes as well. So those Baron taunts, even more fun for LPL on this side as they can just hang out in the river. And that control for all the turrets on the outside is kind of just prep them to get such a huge surge in gold.
Yeah, so far in this series, though, Baron dances for the LPL have not been going exactly the way they've wanted them to. So
They suck at dancing.
they do have to really focus on keeping Karsa out. They have Mako, headbutt every time. You would hope that would come through. But they're not looking at that massive advantage, like a 10,000 that we had seen previously in things like Game 2. As a Baron responding. It's only this 4,000 that's here. It's decent,
Right.
but it's not one of those ones you can really force down just yet.
We also got to highlight that one of the reasons it's difficult for the LPL to secure Baron in this series is that the LMS are actually pretty good at investing a ton of vision around it. Like in this situation here, there are multiple blue wards just being placed now because they know this is a potential next objective for the LPL team. And if you don't then coordinate properly with your trinkets, with your control wards, you don't get to clear the entire area. And again, with these teams here doing All-Star, like, they are a little bit more focused on just fighting than carefully setting up the big objective.
Really nice forward work right there. Great clear by the LMS, actually. The LPL was getting quite a bit of information on where they were splitting up.
I love those middle of the lane wards. They're underused.
Catch one person out and you realize, wait, this is clear. How do they even know I'm here? Because they saw you 4 seconds ago. It really starts to be a mess with your mind this late in the game. It's just troublesome. Preventing that, the LMS moves up nice and clean and continues to protect the wards they're placing.
Yeah, now they're looking at that top turret. It's already like 1/4 of the HP is taken. So Uzi will press up here. They've swapped the map. There's no dragon to take. Woo. They gotta control this top side.
Bug getting a little too close for comfort, but no initiation there. Follow up from Bebe's Deadly Flourish, so they get an idea of where the ADC and maybe the rest of the team is. As the LPL sticks together and heads towards mid lane.
It looked like Ziv roaming over, giving up the bottom lane just now, probably engaged from the side.
Good hit for Mako, yet they see Ziv on the outside. Everything's been happening to Mako at this point. That means the LPL is more than happy to fight and devour onto Ziv as well, and the defense starts to come out in full force for the LMS, but now they start to turn and kite the fight. Karsa low, Karsa to the back line, lives for a moment, but then goes down to the auto attack of Uzi. Locked and loaded, the LPL move forward to the turret.
Yeah, that ends up being a 1-for-1, but both the junglers are down now. So it's so hard to actually do an objective, but the LPL, they slightly come out on top in terms of pressure here, but the Shen ultimate's down.
They're like, forget the Baron Dance, just force a fight. They see the time Kenta said, it's good enough, go for that guy just to start something. Ended up being pretty risky. Uzi was caught as well right there. Looked like he was about to go down.
I thought they saw Ziv coming up too.
I think they literally just wanted to fight. They're like, that's the time Ken, start it, they will come to us, we take the 5-on-5.
If you start it, they will come.
So there's the ping on Ziv.
Yeah, Ziv just kills the zombie ward in the meantime. And then he goes in, looks like they want him. Uzi gets the ultimate on him at 957. Goes in, but Mako with the flash, and it looked like the auto for the stun there.
Yeah, definitely got the stun off, but then the time Ken denied that one, and in the end, because you're forcing the fight so hard, you end up not getting the proper setup for yourself, and like you're using a lot on the wrong targets, and that's why it's just a 1-for-1. But again, it shows that they're like, whenever someone is in front of us, engage. And that's what we need to see from these guys to keep forcing fights with this extremely fed AD carry. Uzi's on 3.5 items at 25 minutes.
That's insane. The other person, BB, just has 2.5 right now, and we're looking at a lot of gold from the Kleptoman. And the turret's being taken in. Him on the bottom side of the map, farming it up. There's a lot that goes into Uzi.
And the 300 CS he's about to hit at 25 minutes.
Yep.
Currently 3,000 gold up over BB.
Oh, wow. It got even further ahead there. Before it was 2,000, got himself another 1,000. And those are, some of those are expensive items. The Trinity Force in particular, when you're looking at the inventory, versus the Yomu's Ghost Blade, the Dusk Blade of Drakthar. These are items that, well, they're not the biggest ticket items, but they're still ones that are completed form. It's 2.5 versus 3.5. And Uzi, like you've been saying to Fischio, get involved, keep going for those fights when you have this power spike.
And then we'll finally get that top lane tower down as well, so a little bit easier to push the lanes down and get deep vision in the enemy jungle, where LMS team already warded up as much as possible, but mainly with zombie wards and blue trinkets, so they're pretty easy to clear out and kill. Requires you to get in there in the first place. Don't be afraid. You are currently in a good position to fight. Just get in there as a group. Or walk back.
Gotta clear the wards. All the wards. It looks like a good control by the LPL towards the top side once again. A little bit for the LMS will hold off that fight, but it also allows them to say, we don't need to engage. They're not doing anything. We don't want them to. It's not what the Fischio wants.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting to a point where if Fofo starts getting more items, the Zir in the late game is so difficult to deal with. Even when you have engaged, just the peel, like you're giving the LMS more and more chances to get back into it.
And you never feel confident starting Baron because you can only see the river. You can't see past the river. You don't know where the LMS team will be, which angle are they coming from. You know, is it around the blue buff area? Is it from mid lane towards the river? And you just never really 100% know where they are, so you don't start the Baron and turn for the fight. And that's why, again, you always need push mid, push top, go into the enemy jungle, get your own vision and kill all these blue trinkets so you can actually see when people are moving into the river. And then you know when you can turn and fight them.
Slowly controlling bot and not really aware that Mountain's being taken, but it's not like they can do much about it at this point anyways, as they try to regain control with the security system of wards towards the top side of the map. Mountain Drake here with the first 2 oceans over to the LPL. They keep themselves very strong in this matchup. Still waiting for to see like CA blow somebody up, get these fights going. So far, both teams have been kind of in these 5v5 fights that don't get each other anywhere. The LPL still in lead, though.
Yeah, when I'm looking at where this gold advantage is, 3,000 on Uzi and then 1,000 in the mid lane for CA. That's about it. Otherwise, we're looking at, top lane is about 900 difference, but I'm really looking at those 2 carries for the LPL because they have massive leads.
Well, let's see if they can get in and actually kill some of all these blue trinkets and zombie wards.
Zombie ward is so strong.
There's only 1 control ward in the inventory of Mako because he just placed 2 of them. So there's only 3 on the map from the LPL team. They are sneaking in behind. I like this play here. They got a few wards in the enemy jungle, as we talked about. Mako can see what's happening.
Takes so much damage here. If they actually walk up, MLXG would be a free pick.
But Mako can
though.
no.
Oh, no, it's down. Could be able to get out the backside. Karsa doesn't want it, but wait, they look to be going for the fight. Ziv cannot teleport in, and that might have been the catch they were looking for, as they now get the empowered back.
But there we go. We got some wards placed actually in the entrance of the LMS jungle, so Mako could feel confident that he could actually see people show up. He could zone them away, and then you can go for a play like the one we just saw here, and it worked. So they secure Baron. 29 minutes into the game, they got 3 Drakes already. Uzi sitting on the 4 items at the moment, ready to just kill whoever's in front of him, and it should be a good push for the LPL team.
Yeah, and it was really interesting. They didn't use the blast cone in the back. It actually had a ward by it, so if they had done that, LMS would have seen it. But it's Uzi just going over the wall, as well as MLXG after clearing the vision. And it was a fast Baron. We've seen, it's only about a 6,000 gold advantage for him before they started it. It's like, all right, we've seen him with 10. This one, less hesitation with the Mountain Drake behind them, able to pick it up very quickly and utilize Uzi's advantage.
See how LPL can start to do the split push now. 957 with that Titanic on the side lane. Can get himself in with the ultimate, so he's going to have to pull somebody away. And looks like they get Ziv for a moment. He doesn't expect Uzi to be there in what would have been a split push, but LPL is all over the place currently.
They have that Baron buff. They can go ahead and engage.
Knock up, pop up. Who's going down first? There goes the Nature's Grasp, as nobody's really able to follow through just yet. Fofo is going to be able to stand shoulder tall at attention on the base stairs, and not much closer gets the LPL. A lot have to base here, and there goes the wave clear.
And they get some more here. Just got to hit that tower here. It's not about the poke at the moment. It's about killing the inhib turret.
That's what you were talking about, Deficio. You expect the first Baron to be for an inhibitor turret, crack the base, get the inhib.
Working in this game.
Oh, Uzi even eating forward there.
We need Uzi to get in, just hit the inhib.
Yeah.
Poke, not that important at the moment. Just hit it and get out.
And he wants to win, he wants this.
Ziv very, very close to going down. He says, I can get out with this twisted advance. Resets himself to be with the team 5 strong on the left side, goal side to that Nexus. And this is when they might be able to fire back. Really just buying a bit of time, as you can see how hesitant they are to continue the engage.
We'll get some damage on that top lane turret as well with the big minion wave.
Throwing Sword Art, helping him out. That's the rotation.
So this time around, the LPL team early in the game got the Baron, got the bot lane inhib. Can now go for mid and top lane as well. Again, keep utilizing the huge advantage on your AD carry.
They got the Baron without having to get a kill first either. They didn't have
No,
to go down in the dirt. It's that macro play where they were able to take out the vision and do it.
We said for the game 5 tonight, okay guys, we fooled around enough
hit
around the
this
Baron.
strat.
Let's just secure the Baron properly.
What they think we'll do is look for a dirt fight, but instead, we'll actually do the Baron. Game 5 mind games. But still, getting quite the advantage for themselves with this last wave of Baron that they'll have as they push this turret. Uzi's almost full build.
Hit onto Ziv. Do they really want to put that much damage onto him? Nature's Grass goes down. Sword Art looking for somebody he might be able to devour here on this dinner setup, but it looks like the plate's not getting clean just yet. MLXG down, but the Guardian Angel to come back up. 957 and Bass brother Mako on the front line to keep him protected. Uzi trying to stay alive, gets himself back and forth as they are trying to dance around the curtain call, and it has been called for Mako. Ziv is also down, but the chase is on. Karsa throws down the ultimate, but has to stop as the team cannot follow.
That was so close for so many members of the LPL, but they still walk away with Uzi still alive. The Baron is done, and they gotta reset.
See it again.
What happens here?
Yeah, MLXG dives in, but then Fofo knocks him back. They almost obliterate him, and his GA goes off. And then they almost snipe Uzi out, and he's forced to flash. That's really the point that I'm looking for here. You'll see MLXG, man possessed, decides flash, flag, and drag, gets bonked out. GA, and now they're all in the back. The flash away from BB and Fofo. And then Uzi rooted and almost sniped out here.
Oh! That was a good one. Uzi stays alive, but again, flash down for the next fight. We'll see if that actually ends up doing anything. There is a Drake spawning in 5 seconds. Not the one you want at the moment, but you take what you can get, so your Elder Drake gets even better.
Yeah.
So Fofo trying to get back in the game here.
Yeah, if it goes to 7 Barons and 4 Elder Dragons again, you really wish that you had more of those Elemental Drakes, regardless of which ones they were. The LPL got 2 Elder Dragons. No Drakes to kind of empower it. This time they'll be much better with 4.
At this point, we're ready for anything. It can be 12 Elder Drakes and 15 Barons.
About a 2-hour game this year.
Hey, could happen. We never know. For now, though, I'm feeling pretty confident the LPL can take the advantage and try and push down, at least get another inhib. I won't really call it the game just yet, because Fofo is going to try his best to make sure this game is not over.
He's been doing that with the whole series constantly. Saw in that last team fight how much damage he was dealing. This is Zero with the 3 items almost at that 4 here, doing so much damage.
They cannot really approach LPL outside the base. But that's what we're talking about. That's when Fofo can actually be quite strong when everybody's choked into that stairwell of getting into the base. Now, Super Minion is making it by for now. That inhibitor 3/4 away of coming back up. It'll be up soon.
It's also things like, you know, you have this wave pushing bot lane, and we don't actually get to see if the LPL team want to hard commit for anything, because they push 1 tower, then they go into the jungle, they kill a camp or 2, some of them are recalling, like, okay, so it's a full reset again. Gives a bit more time for someone like Fofo to push out a few more waves. That ends up being a couple hundred gold every single time, and he gets closer and closer to his 5 items, and then we might end up in the same late game situation we saw earlier in the series, where gold doesn't matter. Everyone is almost stacked out on items, and Baron is going to be the next big one. That's why the LPL can just reset the whole thing. They have control wards on Mako and 1 on 957, so again, it's not a lot. And there's a lot of blue wards now being placed by the LMS to figure out what's happened.
And it looks like that bottom inhibitor is very close to respawning here. No more super minions, as the Rift Lady says it too.
Big thing, though, is Civ is actually on the top side. He needs to go down bot lane and there, so in case anything is happening, he can TP in with the Shen. I like the sneak behind again.
Yeah.
Mako is once again just outside the Baron pit.
Down to half. Looks like it is going to be enough time. Karsa's ready.
No!
Karsa takes
Every
it. And the
time.
LPL will have to retreat. They have to retreat. It's Sword Art trying to get onto Mako right now. Uzi, 999 damage to the kisser. As Mako's going to be the next one going down. It's already so top side. GA says, I'm out of here. 957 trying to do something on the other side of the map. It is all over the place.
Unbelievable.
He can't keep getting away with it. I swear, every time you feel like it's going to be the one where he can't get in. Again, he gets in, and they still deal damage to it, and they panic. Boom, Karsa stealing it again.
Absolutely amazing. The LMS now putting some final touches on the mid turrets, but they bring this game almost back to even. The LPL still has a bit of time to lose, but how much will they lose with this Baroned up LMS?
Oh, they lost a lot already.
Yep.
Man, we have to see where Kasa came from, because Mako is outside the pit to zone. His one job is zone the enemy jungler.
But he can't see him.
No, but Kasa walked by a ward before he even entered the river.
But you can't stop the Kazakhs there. Nothing reveals him except True Sight.
Stop him much earlier, before he gets in there.
Way earlier.
You see him at the entrance to the river. Headbutt him. Woo.
Well, that was like
Flash on him before he gets in range to use his ulti to get near the Baron where you can't stop him.
the only thing that could possibly save the LMS has happened so many times today.
It's no longer just luck.
You called it luck, official.
No, I said skill and luck. Now it's just
Cataclysm hits. He's going to get the Dragon Strike coming out. They actually want this so much. 957.
They got to kill him.
Flash is there. They take him down. One Baron down. But the team still has it on the other sides of the map as they begin to push down that bottom wave.
This is the angry force. They're just pushing down. They forced the kill on Karsa. They're forcing down the turret. They don't even have a damn minion wave. And the LPL's like, not today. They don't want to lose.
Not today, indeed. Quickly getting out of that one. Do they want back in? Knocked up, popped up. Ziv needs to get himself back to safety as Sword Art helps with that. Fofo, soldiers in attention at the beginning of the fight, and 957 has to get out. They have to leave Mako. He's almost just dead to rights, and the rest of the team tries to get themselves to safety. Bot lane is pushing, so they have to react now on the side of LPL.
Well, they got that mid lane inhib, and they also made sure the LMS team couldn't push anymore with the Baron buff, at least for now. But look at this here. 4 members rushing straight for that mid lane turret.
And it looks like they were defending bot side there for the LPL.
4 members just went bot lane.
All right.
Just minions.
They get a cannon minion to push here too. BB is going to try to deal damage to this turret. Chunks it out to half.
They got to be careful. They saw Karsa clearing minions on the other side of the map. But wait, almost taking down 957, the tankiest member. Looking pretty squishy right now. On the other side, MLX3 tries to stop the inhibitor from going down.
Yeah, but with Mako down, who's the easiest form of engage here, besides MLXG trying to get in. Uzi, though, he's out of position.
Tries to 1v1 Karsa. Uzi gets himself to safety. The Deadly Flourish almost takes him down.
Whoa.
Back and forth. Locket comes out. Shields come out. MLX3 lives. Sword Art gets Fofo back on the swoopy dude. Gets himself to safety. Ziv now gonna go down as he overstays his welcome.
Take a bit.
Eventually.
There you go. 1 kill. There we go. They got 1 kill. Mid inhib is already down. Bot lane inhib is the target, but the Elder Drake is spawning in 8 seconds. They already got 4 Drakes under their belt. This is a huge one for the LPL team.
Yeah, the fact that...
Oh, Kaza's on his way.
Congratulations,
Kaza. You're going to steal this one.
All right. I don't know about that. I don't know. I said that like 4 times today. Are they going to just say, all right, throw yourself at him. Mako, is he going to take your advice? Stop him way earlier? No, Karsa's
giving up.
There you go.
All right. That's why he doesn't steal.
Even he doesn't believe it anymore.
These games are getting more and more even. From 1, 2, 3, 4, and now scraping our way into 5. 12 to 12. And finally, a decent gold lead. I don't even know, 75,000, so 3 isn't really decent at this point. We're getting back to that point where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Great push by LMS. What's going to happen next? I feel like LPL is just going to stay away from these objectives.
Oh, I feel like LPL are going to try to force. Like, walk up,
Exactly.
go get those inhibitors. The 4 Elemental Drake Elder Dragon. I feel like that's really the ticket here for the LPL, to force it. MLXG on the backside, he wants to blow up Fofo, who actually can't knock him back because of the unstoppable part of Cataclysm. And then they can't burst him. Mistime Scatter the Weak there. And Sword Art able to hit the Devour onto Fofo after the flash.
Get that very important kill. Means they can secure an easy Elder Drake. Don't even have to fight over it or anything. So many buffs. Bot lane inhib is wide open. They can just go and grab it. LMS should not try and fight them when they're this strong.
1:30 left on that Baron. They're going to head towards the bottom side of the map. Just enough vision to know if they need to go back, but LMS leaving their base would mean game. So it's all about the defense from them, finding out if Fofo or Karsa can get one of their targets.
Yeah, and even LMS trying to take a fight and then losing it because of the Elder Drake will also mean game, because we are looking right at that Nexus. It's so close right now. There's going to be super minions coming from the mid lane.
Oh man, All-Stars has been insane. The finals has been insane. And the last competitive match of the 2017 year is coming down to the wire here.
Just almost cresting 6 hours of play for this best of 5 series. The LPL and LMS at the end of their thread here. The inhibitor open, as you said, and that's where LPL is going to stay, as mid lane might have those super minions soon. A good push out gives LMS a little bit of breathing time to continue focusing on this bottom inhibitor that is slowly getting whittled down.
And Uzi to half means that every time he walks up, there is a risk, but they're going to push. Good positioning there from GA on the bottom side, kind of separate their threats.
Safety in numbers. I don't think anybody's going to leave each other's side at this point as they make their way out of the base.
And that's going to be Elder Dragon falling off
Oh,
right now.
we have a TP
Here's
from
the Baron.
Div. He's coming in behind them.
This could be the hit. It's right in the middle of the wave. They
Oh,
saw it
it's a
coming.
flurry on
His
Uzi.
target is going to be the Uzi. Deadly Flourish after. They're right onto him.
The
Taking
shield.
him out could be the game. Instant death going in possibly for Karsa. He's going to come back up. Save on the backside now. Facing Uzi. MLXG comes back up. Fofo goes down. 957 picks up the kill. MLXG back on his feet as well. They're looking for the fight. A huge pulverize from Mako on the back line. Ziv is down. Bebe in the eyes of the LPL. And he will also go down. LPL is on their feet. The fans are on their feet as the LPL will look for the Nexus.
Uzi lives, the whole team rallies around to protect him, and they raise the puppy to Fischio. They did it, and the strategy pays off with the protection.
Coming in a 6-hour best of 5 series. The players stretching their mentality, stretching the strategy. And the LPL All-Stars will be your 2017 Dream Team champion.
And Uzi wins a championship in a 5v5. The All-Star Championship, the Dream Team is his. In that last moment, they rallied and looked like a Dream Team.
Woo! Everything left on the rift by both teams, including our voices.
It was an intense series for
Absolutely.
sure.
That was
Really
a
intense
very
series.
back and forth series where
This was supposed to be All-Stars.
there were so many big moments, though, from both teams' side. That last team fight was amazing, and the LPL team ends up winning the series.
I was not expecting this game to be that competitive, that close, and have all 10 players really putting their hearts on the rift and playing like everything's on the line.
So excited, they're ready. They're like, oh, we get our stuff, we go win. Yeah, we won, that's right. We're heading up to the trophy.
Yep.
As the 2017 All-Star Dream Team. Who would have thought the LPL and the LMS coming out so strong in this event?
Oh, they give it to Uzi.
He has never lifted a trophy like this before with a team, and he wants to lift it with the whole team.
Absolutely amazing. Humble in victory, as well as the team knows a lot of that pressure, a lot of that carry came from the bot lane, came from their Uzi. Very well deserved as well by the LPL crew. Coming out strong, doing everything they could. And doing it in pretty strong fashion all the way throughout, really only kind of stubbing their toes here in this best of 5.
Yeah, so they end up winning the best of 5.
Yeah, they did.
They won the 1v1 as well, with Uzi being the champion, and the boot camp before the event paid off for the LPL team. Came in with a very clear goal of winning the entire thing, and they did.
Goal met for sure, and you can see they were very excited about that. It was a long series, Riv. You were talking about it, 6 hours on the clock there. It was an endurance match.
And we all had moments where we forgot how to speak English as well, and it was blah, 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 but
Especially at the end.
that's what happens in these long series. And imagine being the players. You have to sit there and you have to go through everything in game in terms of emotions, but the shot calling as well, knowing exactly what to do at the right moments. It's these kind of series where mistakes will happen, and the big moments can sometimes be you punishing a mistake.
Yeah.
Like Karsa stealing
It was insane.
5 million Barons.
Right, Karsa with so many steals, it looked like the LPL. You were saying it at the start. It's like, they have such a great lead. Looks like they might be able to, close this one out.
We
keep
got
it
a
out.
bit nervous when the Barons
And it happened
came up.
again. And I can't believe it happened again, and Karsa was able to kind of get away with robbery.
I can't believe they actually got back in the game, and then they lost the last team fight, and suddenly it didn't actually mean anything.
A lot of what I learned in that when they were engaging or fighting meant nothing really meant anything after that fight. Anything could still happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And it became an amazing, absolutely amazing game because of that. Sometimes you were like, well, what's going to happen? Why are they going to do something? But it was never what we thought when it actually came to be.
Yeah, that last moment was one that I was expecting in other games earlier where you're throwing all the cards down. You're looking for the 80 carry. It's the dive. The game 5, the final moment is where it happens. And they go all in on Uzi, and he lives. And Fofo is too far forward and is one of the first people to die.
And we finally got one of those moments where even in the late game, it felt like both teams were ready to just take the fight.
Yes.
They weren't just like scooting around, running away. No, Ziv TP'd in behind the entire LPL team. Right to Slory, went on to Uzi. Sadly, they couldn't lock him down enough, and the rest of LPL just rallied behind him.
And it seemed like the fight they had to take, right? It was there, the pressure's on, the amazing crowd, I have to say as well. All the fans were here getting charged up. It was the moment.
Oh, they were hyped.
It was the moment that almost had to happen. And once that fuse was lit, it was up to either team, and the LPL came out strong. So let's send it down to Shocks, who is now going to hear from one of the All-Star champions.
Thank you very much, Riv. Indeed, I'm joined here by Meiko, and the first thing I want to ask you, Meiko, after 4 days of games, after 6 hours of playing on the stage here today, how does it feel to finally be able to be crowned the champion of All-Stars 2017?
经过了4天的比赛，然后今天打了6个小时，那么最后你们最终取得了冠军，你现在有什么感受？
就现在特别激动吧，然后打了6个小时，确实特别累，就是能拿到这个全明星冠军，确实很开心。
I'm just really excited this moment. I mean, playing 6 hours, it's really tired, but I'm really, really happy that we are able to come and win the final.
Well, if you take a look back, you guys came here, you played with a lot of players that you usually don't play with, and you guys crushed the competition. How do you look back on this experience and playing with this all-star team?
就是你很多队友都是第一次一起打游戏，但是你们可以击败你们的对手，然后最终得到冠军。现在你回过来看，你觉得这是一段什么样的经历？
这是一段很难忘的经历吧。我们5个队员都没有配合很久，但我们就是凭借个人实力还有团队就慢慢的磨合，我觉得我们都打得很好。
So this is definitely a memorable moment for me, memorable experience for me. We haven't been playing together for that long, but I think everyone on the team played really well.
Well, a memorable moment for you guys, but also for all the fans. So many LPL fans were in the studio for 4 days cheering you guys on like crazy. Is there anything you'd like to say to all of them and to all the LPL fans around the world?
就过去4天一直都有很多 LPL 粉丝在这里为你们加油。那么你有什么想对这些一直支持你的粉丝说的？
就感谢一直来这边看我们比赛的粉丝，然后你们真的很热情，就像是来到这边自己的主场一样。就谢谢大家。
Thank everyone for coming out here. You guys are really passionate and make this place like our home court. So huge thanks to everyone here.
All right, fantastic. Guys, one more time for your All-Stars 2017 5v5 champions, the LPL.
And there you have it. The confetti rains down. The LPL crowned our 2017 All-Star champions after a grueling 5-game series up against the LMS. Hard fought by both squads. Meiko there, the rest of the squad very happy to get their win. You even saw it there in the moment where they reached the trophy, offering it over to Uzi as he has finally gotten a title from Summoner's Rift under his belt. Ever the sportsman, ever humble, saying, no, this was a team effort. We must hoist it together.
I mean, frankly, it's been a really long time coming. I'm not going to joke. I definitely did get emotional watching that because people will say, you know, All-Stars, there's kind of, is it the hyper-competitive tournament? Is it still the fun tournament? We go back and forth all the time. But For Uzi, this matters, and that moment mattered. And for LPL fans, that definitely mattered. So that tastes just as sweet, especially after the grueling endurance marathon that he had to go through to have that opportunity to say, no, it was a team effort.
It was a marathon for all 10 players on that stage, but then when you take into account the fact that he had played a best-of-3 1v1 against Bjergsen just before that, even more so for him individually.
And I think what Roskuren said, as words suddenly become hard, is true.
It's been a long day.
It's true for a lot of things, is that I think All-Star represents something different for everyone. Even when you listen to the community saying, this is what I wish All-Star was, this is what I wish All-Star was, the players, everyone has their own idea, but you can't dispute how much it means to the Chinese squad, the Chinese fans, like you say. And that's kind of the magic in it, in that it was a lot of different things. It was a grueling day. His career has been so long. There's so many different things to reconcile, but it doesn't have to be just one thing. It's many special things all coming together in one package.
And I mean, how incredible of an event is it for Uzi to have won both the titles? There's only 2 events here. He won
That's
them
a
both,
very good
right?
point.
Like this is everything. He could not have done better at this event. Really, it was honestly quite impressive to see him take down the 1v1 back-to-back and then get his first Summoner's Rift title there as well. You know, in a very grueling series that at times looked like they were losing control of it, but to stay composed. And you know, there's been a lot of talk in the past and with his titles, why hasn't he won, right? You know, is it because they're choking? Is it because he can't actually perform it when the team needs it most? And today he was able to do that.
Very much so. Speaking of which, I want to take one opportunity to rewatch the final team fight of 2017 for Professional League of Legends.
And let me explain to you guys that every single LPL fan held their breath as Ziv found Uzi of all people. And you're thinking, no, Uzi, the finals, the curse, he's not going to do it. He's been caught out. But holy shit, he survived. And he carries the fight.
Yeah, it was honestly incredible to see the whole team rallying around Uzi, instant Shen ultimate, Alistar coming to peel, everyone coming in to keep their AD carry alive, their star player alive, to really carry through the rest of the fight. And it had to be, such a euphoric moment for Uzi when he realized he is going to survive and they are going to win the fight in the game.
And even just watching it, like the metaphors and allusions you can make about his career, about what it means, about who the MVP was, and how everyone crowded around him, just being shown there, I'm sure that the creative writing pieces about it will be just as fantastic, because it means a lot for him in particular. One of the true legends, maybe next to Faker, the most well-known League of Legends player in the world, finally getting an achievement to start. And the best thing is, it whets his appetite. This is not the end for Uzi. This is just another new beginning for him. And it's going to be all about MSI Worlds for Uzi next year.
Without a doubt. Now, the Rift was packed with playmakers, but one player in particular really shined in this series, which is why we're naming Mako the All-Star Finals MVP.
I know we've been talking about Uzi this entire time, but we do need to give his partner in crime a very special shout out. Part of the reason why Uzi was able to shine so well is because Mako had an incredible tournament and particularly an incredible series.
And one of the biggest things with me for Mako was how consistent he was throughout the series. There were a lot of ups and downs for the LPL squad throughout this series, let's be honest. But for Mako, it felt like his highs were probably some of the highest in the whole event, and his lows were really not that low during this series. He was honestly so consistent, so solid, and just a star player.
And he's a utility belt also, because it wasn't all the playmaking. He can play the peel supports. He can do everything, and that's kind of the exciting thing, seeing his career develop over the past 3 years, is that he was able at this series to lock in Thresh a couple of times. We looked and we're like, there's 2-3 picks that we would have thought fit this situation best, but he was like, this is my time to actually stake a claim, to start initiating, to do everything off my own back. And he got A+ on that particular metric.
And just the growth that Mako has made over this entire year, if we think of All-Stars, it's just a celebration of all of 2017. He's now the captain for EDG. He's now the primary shot caller. He took that actual finals away from Uzi, and this time around helps him raise the trophy. So it's just great to see a player of that caliber really grow into a leadership role.
Well, as we celebrate the success of the LPL squad, I do want to briefly touch on the LMS squad that that rather took us to that 5th game, gave us such an incredible series, surprised so many people based on pre-tournament expectations to have gone undefeated to the finals and then go 2 games, to 3 against the LPL. Karsa being the man to lead the charge for that squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think Karsa overall for the entire tournament was the best performing player. Like,
wow.
He was incredible to me. Super standout player, especially from a guy who had not looked as good this past year, not looked as good at Worlds. And the LMS squad, you can even take a step further back. not just going undefeated to the finals, people really weren't even thinking that they were going to get out of the group based on how they had been performing. People had, Europe pegged as the #2 seed, Korea pegged as the #1 seed, but they bested all those expectations. They made it all the way to the finals, and they almost took down the LPL.
I mean, it's a great embodiment of kind of the LMS and the highs and lows that they've always had. We always knew that the LMS had the talent in the region, but it was, can you consolidate all of the talent on an all-star roster? Going into this, everyone's looking at Korea. They are in the incredible powerhouse. They're the Titans, and LMS kind of flew underneath the radar as a true super team. Again, you look at BB, but when BB's having a Season 2, esque type of performance, and then you get to finally see Fofo strut his stuff. Karsa reminding everyone that he is a god, and then Ziv and Sword Art just flexing on some of their signature champions.
How many Baron steals was that?
I mean, we were almost getting to double
I think
digits,
DeFicio said it was around 5 million, right?
I don't have
Yeah,
the figures
that's
to
what it
count.
was. Yeah, roughly 5 million Baron steals in that 5-game series. We talk about Fofo. To me, that would be the surprise of the tournament, right? You talk about Karsa, perhaps the best performing player overall. Fofo is the guy that I'm walking away with going, this is someone who's on my radar now. I'm looking at 2018. I'm curious to see what he's going to accomplish.
And even if you look a bit more granular on Fofo, he's on this previously Taipei Assassins, now J-Team lineup that hasn't made finals, that has done very well in the regular season, then disappointed a couple of times. This was a best-of-5 final where he didn't bring up the strongest performance. He had some big mistakes. The tournament as a whole, definitely great. The final was one of his first big best-of-5s, right? And he will learn from this. His star is born, and the LMS have this weird scenario where they come in and every second tournament, they're head-turners. They are this big team that can show you both individual stars and in this tournament, surprising synergy we didn't know existed. So I love the fact that they can do that. There are stars here like Karsa who seem to be destined to go on to maybe the LPL. Maybe he's on the LPL All-Stars next year. So it's really cool to see stars, but also a team performance from LMS.
Karsa, a playmaker without a doubt, but from the Pantheon dives to the Annies in the top lane, All-Star 2017 has been jam-packed with memorable moments, and here are a few that you tweeted out throughout the week, brought to you by Acer. First up, Peter Orwak gave a shout-out to BB for bending those bullets. Let's take a look.
There's one on the way out for BB. That's a double. He sends out the...
Everyone's so squishy!
Not dodging everything. Frozen gets tagged with 3 and 4. The bullet curves. It's a quadra kill for BB. Frozen's able to escape with 14.
They want the penta.
They're looking for it. Penta kill for BB.
哇，好准哦！再一年，你女友好幸福哦。Penta 吗 ？Penta 吗？我要12。哎，给个 Penta， 给个 Penta。耶！好猛啊！
And I'm just so happy that kind of the new school League of Legends fans got to experience the greatness of BB, because chances are that a lot of the newer fans have never even heard of this guy. It's been a very long time since he's found the international spotlight, and he kind of got to go out with a big bang and showcase why he holds a world title.
I mean, the other thing I love is that he hit the one shot that mattered, right? Missed the first 3, you're calibrating, but you hit that all-important 4th shot on the curtain call to get the kill, and then huge amounts of damage on the 4th shot itself as an auto. Next up, Pika Nu imagines a 2018 where Ziv and Karsa are on the same team. That's a scary thought.
They want to fight here, Riv.
It looks like LPL Mako still wants to go in.
Lots of
Glacial
flashes.
Fisher could still be there. It might just be get out of this one. A 1v1 Bebe in the bot lane, and Uzi. The Solar Flare comes right in from Sword Art. They take that fight. The top side loses CA and MLXG.
That was probably the cleanest flag and drag into a Shen taunt that I have seen, because that was so fast from Ziv. As soon as Ziv came through, usually the Shen just stands there for like a half second realizing it finally completed, but it was just across 2 people immediately.
After Karsa was actually backing away at first, they're like, no, turn around, get in there.
Ziv's like, get in there.
Yeah, come on, let's kill these guys.
Trust, communication, timing, everything on point. It was always, could we see flash rolls with Ziv? Because the flash rolls top laners had been struggling. MMD, of course, the most known name. We get that little sample there, and you just want more.
That was like the Captain Jack of taunts.
Exactly,
like, that was
right?
so fast. It was actually ridiculous watching it again. That was so instantaneous. It seemed like you didn't even see him appear. They were already taunting.
I mean, flashed out and then instantly got the call clearly that, hey, I got the Shen ultimate, I'm going in. Trusted his teammate, pushed through. Beautiful.
Yep, Zyrene got it right. Perhaps the best flag and drag Shen taunt combo he's ever seen. Finally, I can't read that. Tim Ashton highlighted the real all-stars of the tournament, the Minions.
The Minions, oh my god, it's so much damage! I don't think they can do it, they've got no carries. They start them out, but that's it!
끝났다. 아, 끝났다.
아, 네, 넥서스. 하하.
넥서스 어떻게 되나? 끝났는데? 라인. 우리가 끝냈다.
제발.
能杀掉吗？回家，我跟你说，要一起回，人手，没了一波了。Q 起来，来推兄弟，来推。
That was honestly.
They can't believe it
either. Yeah, no one could believe it when you're watching the game. You're like, oh, they got ace. The game's over. Oh, it's over the other way. Like, wait, what's happening?
Honestly baffling. Pretty sure it's the only competitive game that's ended in an ace for one side, losing to the other.
Didn't ace the minions
in that moment. But hey, I feel like did not ace the minions. The minions are the one thing that are the constant in League of Legends. Well, with that, we put a capper on not only All-Stars, but competitive League of Legends for 2017. We kick off the new year, the week of January 15th, as all the regional leagues launch their new seasons in the days following. So mark your calendars and keep your eyes peeled for those regional leagues. Until next year, for myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 2018. Good night.
Welcome to Los Angeles, California for the 2017 League of Legends All-Star event.
The Korean team's looking for blood on this one. Ambition goes through. That's not a dog jam, baby. First blood over to EU. They want the penta.
They're looking for it. Pentakill for BB. What's his time down? There's a deadly flourish. Double kill for Sneaky. He's going in. Baron's flashed away from Sneaky. That's a triple. That's a quadra.
Oh my God, Sneaky. That was insane. That's it.
Root locks down Juve. LMS may have done it.
Nice. Yeah. Wow.
Welcome back to the All-Stars 2017 for the kickoff of our 1v1 tournament. They're going to go in for the mano. An exhaust down, a barrier pop of but Faker will get the final say. Waiting again. Do anything. Yep, chilling out. Soldier do it. Oh, it's a loss. Oh my God, Jisoo.
Tell me what it says.
It says, I love Aphromoo. Aphromoo plus Lulu.
Let's go! It's going to be Yanko's already dropped off the face here. The second one goes down as Ignar. 2 for 0 so far. The third one going to drop as well. That's goodbye to Reckless. That's goodbye to PoE. So as standing alone, LMS 3-0. Top in the group. Beautiful play from them.
MLXG is everywhere. His rift is the spicy hot pot. China taking down Brazil, a 3-0 finish. Korean All-Stars are able to deliver the damage back to Turkey.
A 25-minute steamroll from the LCK Superstars. If he hits this one, he'll win.
There's no mana, Mako. Oh, big with the minions. He's got to go. Oh, he's so low. That's 100.
Do not flash away when you are silent.
Oh, he got him.
This family's so cute.
LMS taking on Southeast Asia in the GPL. Go ham or go home. Solar Flare comes down and GPL are running for their lives.
Oh my God, that ultimate.
Bullet time destroys the GPL. Welcome to the finals, LMS.
And that should be it. Kube is going to fall, and that's an ace. Someone needs to answer these minions. Minions going back 957 and Mako forced. They might just win it. The minions, oh my God, so much damage. I don't think they can do it. They've got no carries. They start them out, but that's it. Everybody dead, and the game goes to Korea. Faker tag up as well, flashes and dies. And a win here cements a brothers' war in the final of the 2017 All-Star. We're kicking off the 1-versus-1 semi-final. There's your stun barrier. He do it. First blood to Björkson. I think the barrier. He's got the summoner spells. He gets first blood. He gets
the exhaust, but will be first blooded by Uzi.
You're either going to have the defending champion keeping the belt, or you're going to have the guy who got it 2 years ago snatching the belt back.
我肯定是会希望我自己会拿到2个 solo 冠军，因为而且是连续的，而且是没有人做到的。
I'm back to regain my title.
Gotta go with the footwork there. Uzi walks behind the minion. There's the kick. We're at the point now where they're likely going to be taken down underneath the turret. Ladies and gentlemen, you're back to back 1 versus 1 champion, Uzi.
We are about to head on to the Rift. The LMS versus the LPL, as we're about to find out here on the last day of All-Stars who the true dream team is in this best of 5. The damage goes here. Pushes them back with the Emperor's Divide. There is no safety. There's no solace for the LPL right now. It's going to be 200 HP now. He missed the Emperor's Divide. The LPL will even up this Dream Team All-Star best of 5. Easily go down here. Carson gets the Elder Drake. This is huge for the team. Lantern out as well. MLXG trying to keep BB at bay. And the Nexus is down to half. The kill comes in. 80 minutes on the clock. 80 minutes to Dream. Our longest game of 2017. Coco goes in on the flag. And then it's a shuffle. Save under the turret. Just 5 hours ago, we started the Dream Team Finals, and now we are into Game 5. These players push to the max. 957 picks up the kill. MLXG back on his feet as well. They're looking for the fight. A huge pulverize from Mako on the back line. And the LPL All-Stars will be your 2017 Dream Team champions.